What's up guys, Steven here, welcome back to another video. So it was about time for Huawei to bring out EMUI 10 running on Android 10. And I'm so happy and glad that I'm chosen by Huawei to test out their beta version. And I have it now for 2 weeks on my Huawei P30 Pro, but you know, last week my grandfather died and really my head was somewhere else, so I couldn't bring you the video, so I'm a little bit late, but this also gave me some more time to look deeper into the settings, deeper into the changes from EMUI 9, and this is what I want to talk about in this video. So we'll compare EMUI 9 to EMUI 10 and also talk about the future of Huawei with Google or without Google and have a closer look on how the Mate 30 Pro could look like. Alright guys, so we now have here two phones running two different versions of EMUI. So we have EMUI 9 on the Mate 20 Pro and we have EMUI 10 on the P30 Pro. And first of all, when I got the update, I was like, hey, what has actually changed? Because the only thing I saw was the Google search bar, it's here black and here white. And I was like, is this a joke? There are no changes at all. But I'll quickly show you the major changes. If we go here to system, as you can see, the Mate 20 Pro has an update pending, but this is just Google security patches. I haven't used the phone for a while since I have the P30 Pro, so it's not really super up to date. But as you can see, Huawei is providing security patches more frequently for the flagships, less frequently for other phones. But well, this is like what every manufacturer does. Here in the software updates, as you can see, the P30 Pro is running EMUI 10. Current package, and this was really a huge package, so it was 4.5 gigabytes. Basically the whole operating system has changed, and yeah, that's why I was so confused at the first look, because it looked like it was the same. But as soon as I swiped down from the top to access the status bar notifications, I saw a big change. As you can see, it always looked really old-fashioned in EMUI 9, and if you check out here the quick switches, it's just black with very tiny icons. It didn't look like really premium at all. But here, as you can see, this looks way better. If you swipe down, you get now full screen. You can place here a lot of icons. For sure, the icons are also bigger, but it's looking way better. It's customizable again, like you can drag and drop in what anything you want. But yeah, these are the things I use the most. Then also there is a big change in the notifications. The notifications are now way better structured. As you can see, this is also dark mode right now. And in dark mode, it used to be black on EMUI 9, completely black here with the notifications in all kind of different colors, which didn't make a lot of sense. But here we have translucent shades of gray, as you can see, a blurred background. Well, this was transparent actually. And I really like the new design a lot, and the notifications are way more structured, which gives it an overall better feeling at all. Then I've already talked about dark mode, and this is something that has changed also a lot. So earlier it was on the battery, it was like kind of hidden feature if you go here somewhere to darken interface colors. And this basically only changed colors from Huawei apps and the user interface. But it didn't change a lot of other applications. But this has changed right now and will change also with Android 10. If you go to display now, not on the battery, then you have dark mode actually here, so you turn it on the display, and it's just, you know, not only in a different space, also how dark mode is used on the phone is really different, because it now darkens way more apps than it used to on the EMUI 9. And also in the future, with coming Android 10 and all the Google fixes which will come to the phone, then also all the other apps like not only YouTube, but let's say Play Music, it will basically grab the white color and transcode it into black color. And I'm really looking forward to that, because then I have really a single look for my phone in dark mode, which is really, really amazing. Then if we go here to the dialer, then we can go here to the contacts. And here, as you can see, this has also really changed. So now you have the icons a little bit closer together. Here this was always like a lost space. Also it looks better. Here we always had these mountains and kind of stuff which looked like you would use like a MacBook because of all the mountain backgrounds. But here, as you can see, different colors, different schemes. And if you open up a contact, then you can see earlier we had here details and call log, but now you have everything in here, and it's just way better structured in my opinion. Not something that I'm really hyped about, but it's a small feature that makes an impact. If we go now to the settings right over here, then earlier it was really hard to find all the accessibility features. So also on the old phone, as you can see, it was here under Smart Assistance. Then here you only had a handful of options, but now you have all options, all gestures here in accessibility, which I think is really, really good. So as you can see, I can show you quickly shortcuts and gestures. So you have here all the gestures in there and shortcuts like the Google Assistant if you want to use it, but I really don't like that feature at all. Record screen, so the knuckle gestures and everything, and knock gestures. And it's really cool that you now have a better overview over all the gestures itself. The always on display has also changed a little bit. So here, as you can see, it will come with a different look, and also there will be a look where it matches the Huawei Watch GT. So really they try to build up the ecosystem also on the software side, which I think is also a cool thing. And earlier it was really confusing to find out where to change the old-fashioned buttons to gestures, because it was hidden somewhere in system and I had to go to system navigation. But right now it's here, the first point, gestures. And the gestures are also working now a little bit different. I'm really old school because I was using Android from the beginning, so I was so used to the buttons, so I still use them. But yeah, there are new gestures right now and they're working really good, like to swipe inward, left from the edge to go back from pictures, and also like to go to the next picture, and yeah, swipe up from the bottom to the screens, like this to close an application. And this is now really cool because right now, as you can see, if I do this, it follows with the window my hand, so it drops it off exactly where I drop it off. And this is also a change. We can check it out right over here on the Mate 20 Pro. So there is actually no tutorial right now if I switch, but as you can see, if I open up an application like Google Chrome, then this was not that smooth as it is right now. So if you check this out right now, as you can see, really smooth how it scales also. And yeah, it's a little bit different. I'm still not so used to gestures because I'm such an old school guy that I still use the 3-key navigation. Anyway, these are some changes, but we also have notification changes, so let's check it out. Now for the notifications, from a lot of iPhone users I've heard, if I switch to Android, I lose the numbers. And actually you don't lose the numbers, because on EMUI 10 under app icon badges, you also have that in EMUI 9. You can see here they now have called it numbers exactly, and dots. So either you have dots that are something new, or the numbers, so it shows like 10 new emails or something. So this is not really something that is new, but I just want to show it because a lot of people don't know that this actually exists. But on EMUI 9 it's a little bit confusing because it says unread messages, as you can see. So this is just for messages. It displays like the numbers next to it, and I think it's really cool that this is working. As you can see, 120, it always shows you like how many notifications and all that. So basically if you switch from an iPhone, this is something you will probably want to turn on. Now further, there's a minor changes to basic applications, including in EMUI like the music player, slightly different look, as you can see. We can also open up the camera application because this also looks a little bit different. So before there was always a slider here at the bottom. Right now it's a dot that is moving, showing you the modes, as you can see. So this is a little bit more like easier to see in which mode you are, but these are just really some minor changes, and there is a lot of more to come with EMUI 10. But this is right now a beta version, but to be honest, for a beta version, this thing is extremely fast. I mean, check this out, guys. As you can see, the new browser here in black, but really, really fast and snappy. But also, it was never lagging on EMUI 9. Also, EMUI 9 is actually really fast, but it feels a little bit like they have even improved the animation speed here in EMUI 10, because as you can see, this is now really smooth. And I had the OnePlus 7 Pro, actually I still have it, and it's feeling pretty close, even though it doesn't have the screen with the higher refresh rate. But as you can see, really, really smooth animations, and you can also tweak that, and will be able to tweak that in EMUI 10. So that have been basically the major changes from my point of view. Probably there are some more changes. It depends on which beta build you are and which video you're currently watching. But so far, these are my top features which have been changed. And I really hope that you guys liked it. And now some kind of real talk and feedback. Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this video, and yeah, just some personal thoughts and a little bit of feedback. So also if you guys have questions or anything to say, leave it down below in the comments and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. So well, how do I like EMUI 10 right now? Well, to be honest, EMUI 10 is not a big change to EMUI 9. There are some minor changes from my point of view, but they are very, very useful changes. I'm a big fan of dark modes because first of all, this helps you to save battery. Not so much, but it helps to change battery, especially on OLED screens, because on OLED screens then basically the backlight, the LED is completely turned off. So if this is really black, then the LED is black and doesn't consume any power. So this can help you to save battery, to have a longer battery life. But the battery life on the P30 Pro is really great. Also on the Mate 20 Pro. These were among the best phones regarding battery life I've tested. And I think dark mode is a nice addition. It maybe helps with the battery, but I think it looks really, really cool. Regarding the other changes, I think it's really cool that Huawei tries to basically make it a little bit more modern, because to be honest, when I had the first look at EMUI in the past, I was like, this looks like a pretty old-fashioned operating system, or at least not operating system, like a skin on top of Android. And to be honest, I'm a person, I don't care too much on how Android looks like. For me, it needs to be functional, it needs to be fast. I change my smartphones also quite often, so I don't have the time to install different launchers, tinker around with the settings. I did that in the past on all the crappy China phones, but basically I only did that because the performance was so bad that I had to install different launchers to try to get the best performance. But you have seen it on the Huawei P30 Pro, everything is super fast, and as long as it's fast, usable, easily to use, and also that it looks halfway nice, I'm really happy with any UI. But I have to say, I got really used to EMUI because I use Huawei as my daily driver, and to be honest, I like it, but there are a lot of people who don't like it. So that's my feedback to EMUI 10. Cool changes, there need to be a little bit some more changes, but I'm pretty sure Huawei will work this out. So regarding the Huawei Mate 30 or Mate 30 Pro, nobody knows the exact name yet, but if we look at the past, it will probably be Mate 30 Pro and Mate 30 and Mate 30 Lite or whatever. But nobody knows right now if this is launching with Google or without Google. So there are plenty of rumors. All my opinions are just based on rumors. I don't know anything from Huawei, and there could be a few possible solutions. So either it comes out with Google because they actually extended now the grace period, so we have another 90 days. This is really amazing, but what's next? So what's going to happen? And I'm pretty sure that the Mate 30 will launch with Android, but I'm not really 100% sure, will it come with the Google services? So maybe there is a version of the Huawei Mate 30 or whatever it is called with Android, but without Google services, because this is something you see on a lot of Chinese brands. You see it on Xiaomi. If you order a Xiaomi from outside of Europe, it comes without the Play Store, the Google services, you have to install it. That's pretty easy, but it's something you have to do. And then also Meizu, all the other brands, there are plenty of brands who also don't have Google certification and they just simply don't include the services. This could be a possibility. There could be another possibility that everything is fine, and I think it will be that one, so that Huawei is launching their brand new flagship with Google, with Android. So that is really something I want to see. And the least option is that it comes with their own operating system, but I don't think they will launch it on a flagship. So they will either launch it on a very cheap entry-level one so that they can test it out and then move it later on when it's ready to the big flagships. But this will take time, it will take the developers time, it will take the community time. But I think that's the option I don't want to see at all, because I love Google, I love Android, and we as a whole tech community, I just want one system that works, and I don't want to have too many systems, because this is getting weird. Also not only for us, also for the developers, because they have to recompile their stuff maybe or something, or do adjustments, and it's a lot of work which makes our life not easier, it makes it harder. I'm really looking forward to Huawei's launch of the EMUI 10 version. That will be really cool. The beta versions so far working really fine. Just some minor bugs which I've noticed, but no crashes at all. This is something I've never seen on the beta version, that there are no crashes where it freezes or something. Really fine structured release. And I'm looking forward to the final version of EMUI 10, and congratulations to Huawei for this great operating system. All in all, big thanks for watching, guys. If you have any more questions about EMUI 10 or the Mate series or anything about Google, Trump and Huawei, then leave me a comment down below. If you want to have a discussion, also feel free to do it down below. And as always, guys, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one very soon.